No successful racing team in the modern era can operate without a tyre partnership. And Corvette Racing is no different, enjoying a long relationship with Michelin and its GTLM program.
We have a team of 2 engineers for each of our partners embedded in the teams with whom we have the relationship and whom we're supporting. Those engineers are de facto members of the team. Every move that's made in terms of tire tuning, in terms of selection, in terms of changing things on the fly is done in consultation with one of our guys in the pits.
But Michelin's work with Corvette isn't limited to the racetrack. It forms a key part in the development program of street tyres for the Z06 road car.
Our so-called track to street philosophy is not smoke and mirrors. Learning in the cauldron of motorsport drives the speed of innovation within our company, and it is no more true than it is in the case of Corvette. One of our best examples of that, our lead engineer in the Corvette pit is our lead engineer for the street car program.
Because of this really rapid feedback loop reaction, it helps us learn at a very high rate. So we're learning things very fast, and you may not get that speed of reactivity with normal development for street tires.
There's no better connection and a better way to prove how racing improves your breed and how it makes a better product for the customers.
At the centre of the feedback loop are the drivers, where the onus lies on them to provide instant and reliable information to the engineers as they attempt to optimise the car for circuits like Daytona.
This weekend at Daytona, they brought 2 tyres that we're going to be running. And really, we're going to be working very closely to see when we can have that tyre, those different tyres on the car. It's very dependent upon ambient temperature and track temperature.
What you do initially is test both of them, see the tyre wear and the performance. And then you need to choose what's the right tyre to race with. So that's something you need to take care or you need to think about, because performance is not the only thing.
Every time they get out of the car, again, I'm taking notes, how they feel, what the traffic was like, how the warm-up was of the tires. Did they fade away? Were they very consistent? The grip level, high or low? All those things, we take notes for every lap of the race.
The development of the race tyres is a never-ending cycle, and this year a change in regulations has forced a rethink on tyre design.
The cars will develop in 2016 trim anywhere between 20 and 30% additional load due to downforce itself. Now that translates into a dynamic load on the tires that could be 20 or 25% greater than what we saw in the most demanding cases last year. So what we've brought to the fight for this year's Daytona, and that we will deploy throughout the rest of the WeatherTech Championship season, are solutions that, quite frankly, are quite a bit different than what we used last year.
For 2016, it looks like a winter of hard work has paid off. A 1-2 finish in Daytona continued Corvette and Michelin's winning partnership from last season.
As we would say down south, it's a family thing. For example, at last year's 24 Hours of Le Mans, with one car lost in a terrible accident, the team pulled itself up by its bootstraps. The 2 engineers who would have been working with the ANS car saddled up anyway to pile in and help the remaining car. Everybody piled in. Why? Because it's what we had to do, and that car won. Can you imagine the emotion at the end of that race when, despite all odds, they won? It was a dream season, enabled, I think, by a mutual commitment that beats anything I've ever seen.